All right, Wonder Babes, for something a little different today, we're gonna be using a foam roller to focus on some real good postural work. Now, if you don't have a foam roller, don't stress. You can take your yoga mat, roll it up nice and tight, tie a little strap around it, and you can do every one of these moves that way. Let's get started. We're gonna head down onto the mat for a little bridge to roll up combo. Now, I'm gonna use some optional dumbbells today as well. You can opt to use them or not, whatever you prefer. So we're gonna start laying flat on our backs, and we're gonna take that foam roller underneath our feet, melting the arms into the back, imprinting the feet onto that foam roller. We're gonna start with an inhale breath, peeling the tailbone up off of the floor, reaching the kneecaps forward into a little bridge. Hold it right here, and then working our way from our heart down to our tailbone, we're gonna slowly roll the spine one vertebra at a time. When you get that tailbone down to the bottom, we're gonna extend the legs long, and we're gonna continue that rolling up the spine, coming all the way up into a little roll up. Flex those feet, bring those dumbbells all the way up overhead. We're gonna hinge it back with a flat back, and then allow the pelvis to roll underneath you, that tailbone, then the sacrum, the low back, the mid back. Try not to rush it. When you get to lying on your back, we're gonna roll that foam roller back under the feet, peel that tailbone up to the sky, plugging the arms into the mid back, rolling down from the heart center to the tailbone, extending the legs long, and then imagining a wave kind of cresting up and over, rounding the spine now from the top to the bottom, sitting up nice and tall at the top, hinging back with that flat back, and allowing that tailbone to roll underneath us. If you want to make your guacamole a little spicier today, as you peel the tailbone up, we're going to open the arms out to a T, bringing it back up to start, rolling the spine down. We're just going to do 2 more of those here, really connecting through the front and back side of the body. Flex those feet as you sit up nice and tall. Reach those heels through the wall in front of you. And really take your time with this roll down so that it is 1 vertebra at a time. Last one here, rolling that foam roller under the feet, peeling the tailbone up, opening up the arms into a little chest fly. And last one here, rolling the spine down slowly. Extend the legs out long. Inhale as you round it up. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Sitting up nice and tall. And exhale, bring it all the way in. Nice start. All right, let's stand up. We're gonna grab 1 dumbbell and our foam roller, and we're gonna go into a little front step press. So I'm gonna hold on to my dumbbell in my left hand. Foam roller is gonna come on top of my foot with that palm pressing into that foam roller. From here, bringing that left arm into a little field goal position. I really want you to activate that hand and foot in towards each other as we exhale to crease at the hip, bringing that knee almost in line with our hip, and then inhale to lengthen it out. Imagining that we're trying to squish that foam roller a little bit smaller as that foot activates up into that foam roller. That's gonna help us really find those deep hip flexors. Think about sinking that thigh bone heavier into the pelvis so that the deep hip flexors aren't grabbing on and doing all of the work. On your next one, we're gonna add a little lateral opening, taking arm and leg, ooh, little balance check there, out to the side, and then bringing it back to start. Find something right in front of you to look at. Don't look away. It's an inhale to open it up, and an exhale coming back to start. And that standing leg is starting to become its own little firehouse. Last 2. And last one. Start, whoa, little wobble. And then bring it all the way back to start. Beautiful. We're gonna come down now. You can set that dumbbell off to the side. We're gonna lay our foam roller down. And we're gonna lay our left hip all the way across that foam roller. Now, this one is a sincere little balance challenge. We're gonna come down onto the left forearm, and I'm just gonna scoot my foam roller away. All of my hip and most of my leg is on that foam roller. And then we're gonna take that top leg out as well. Beautiful. I want you to find your wobbliest spot. We're looking for that place on our greater trochanter where we could just as easily roll forward and back. Now that top leg is gonna hover in line with the outer hip. Hold it right here. We're gonna start with a little side kick. On the exhale breath, flex that foot, bring that leg forward, and then inhale, point through the toe, sweep that leg back behind you. Good, flex the toe, sweep it forward, sink that thigh bone heavier into the pelvis, and then inhale as we sweep it away. Beautiful. Now, if you've done this move on the floor and you've never felt this wobbly, chances are you're not always on your greater trochanter. It should be pretty wobbly on the floor too, but this foam roller really takes it up a notch, really makes it extra challenging. If you're feeling like you really want to spice it up, take that top arm up to the sky, but be careful because the tendency is to want to roll forward or back right off of that foam roller. Beautiful. The next time that leg comes in line with the bottom one, we're going to hold. Rotate it out to turn out. So spiral the inner thigh up to the sky. We're going to drag that leg all the way along the inner thigh, extend the leg up, flex the heel, lower it down. Drag that leg all the way up, extend it up and out, flex and lower. Last two. Ooh. My goodness, this foam roller makes it extra challenging. Lift out of that bottom rib and that bottom shoulder. And last one here. And carefully come down off of your foam roller. So I'm gonna take that foam roller horizontally now, and we're gonna go into a little bird dog series. So bringing our hands forward, I'm gonna walk my shins onto that foam roller. I'm gonna take a little 4-point kneel here, take those feet up off of the floor, and we're gonna inhale, that right leg reaches out long and away. Fight to keep those hips nice and square to the floor. Don't let that right hip spiral open. And then from here, we're gonna exhale, round the spine as we draw that knee in. The foam roller can move in a small amount. And then inhale as we lengthen it out, look up off the top of your mat. Exhale, round that spine, look between your inner thighs. Inhale as we take it away. Check that you're not locking out those elbows. Imagine the underarms kind of hugging around your rib basket. We're here for 3 and 2. Good, last one. And bring it all the way in. So nice. We're gonna lay down now and we're gonna go into some fan swirls. So laying flat on our backs, take that foam roller with you. And we're gonna take that foam roller, right foot up to the sky, left hand on that foam roller, and then the right arm and the left leg are gonna join it. So we're holding on to that foam roller, left hand, right foot. And from here, we're gonna take an abdominal curl, peeling head, neck, and shoulders up off of the floor. From here, it's an inhale as we reach. Right arm, left leg in opposition. And exhale to bring it back up. Good, inhale, plug the arm into the mid-back, reach fingertips away from the toes. And we're moving that left leg from the hip rather than from the foot. Now we're gonna add a little circle around. So this time, reaching that leg out nice and long. We're gonna circle the arm and the leg all the way around and back up to start. Inhale to reach it away. Fan it out and around and back up to our starting place. 2 more on this side. Good. And last one, we're gonna switch, move that foam roller over to the left foot. Right hand, hold it right here. Deepen your abdominal curl. It's an inhale to reach it away and an exhale to bring it back. Good. If you feel those hip flexors grabbing on, I want you to imagine your thigh bone is heavier than it is and plug it in. Let's add that fan. So reaching fingertip and toe in opposition, circle them wide around and back up to the top. Inhale it away. Circle it wide around and back up to start. Last two. And last one, I'm shaking like a mad dog. And then bring it all the way back to start. The great news is we get to do all of those things now on the other side. So let's set up for that bird dog. We'll take that foam roller underneath our shins, walking our hands forward, setting up in that Pilates box, floating those feet up, and then reaching that left leg long and away, fighting for that pelvis to stay nice and square. Hold it right here. And then from here, it's an exhale to round the spine as you draw that left knee in. And then inhale to send it away. Exhale to round it over. And inhale to lengthen. Good. Keep that heart lifting up through the space between the shoulder blades. Two more on this side. That foam roller makes this extra challenging to have that unstable surface under us. And last one. And bring it all the way down. Now let's go into that side lying on the other side. Now you might find that you have one side that is more stable or more organized than the other. So maybe this is your more organized side and you're like, piece of cake. Or you're like me and this is your more challenging side to organize. So you can keep that top hand down on the floor. Remember, if you want to take this up a notch, you can always hover it or take it up to the sky. So upper inner thigh now is going to hover that top leg right in line with the outer hip. Hold it right here. We're going to start with that straight leg kick. We're going to flex the foot, sweep that leg forward. Whoa. See, I almost rolled backwards there. And then we're going to inhale, point through the toes as we sweep it back behind us. Exhale, flex through the foot, bring it forward, point through the toes, and really find this extension. Imagine your toes reaching away from the crown of the head. As we sweep the leg forward, really imagine thigh bone is plugging deeper into the hip, almost like somebody has a little string tied to the inside of your thigh bone, and they're drawing it out behind you through your sits bone. Good, two more just like this. And that unstable surface underneath us turns what is otherwise not that complicated a move into something we have to stay really connected to and really think about here so we don't go flying off the foam roller. Ask me how I know. Rotate that leg into turnout, hold it right here. And now we're gonna drag that toe as we take that leg up and out. Inhale, extend that leg up to the sky, flex that foot, and then scissor those upper inner thighs closed. Drag it in. Inhale it up to the sky, flex that foot, scissor from the top to the bottom. Two more just like this. Beautiful. And if you haven't fallen off your foam roller once yet, I commend you. You did better than I did my first time. And then bring it all the way back to start. Let's come to standing now for that other front step press. So you have the option to grab that dumbbell if you would like. It's gonna be dumbbell in the right hand, foam roller left foot, left hand. So setting yourself up for this balance challenge, we're gonna exhale as we imprint top of the foot and palm of the hand into that foam roller. And then inhale, really sending it away, really resisting. So as the foam roller goes down, I want you to feel your muscle pants draw up, like you're stepping into them, and from your heel, up the back of the leg, up the glutes and the low back, the mid back, the upper back, and all the way up over the crown of the head is activating as you step into this move. Exhale, sink the thigh bone deeper into the hip as you lift your foam roller up and away. Good. Last two like this, and then we're gonna add that lateral opening. And if you're fighting with your balance here, you can always ditch the dumbbell, and instead you could put your fingertips on a wall or a chair to help you out with that balance. Now hold this next one right here. Hold it here. We're gonna inhale as we spiral it open and exhale to bring it back. Watch that we're not flaring the ribs. Melt your heart a little heavier towards your sacrum. Exhale to bring it back. 3 more just like this. Inhale to open and exhale to bring it in. Good. We're going to be coming onto our bellies next for a little swan dive push-up. Last one just like this. Bring it all the way back to start and bring it down. We're done with those dumbbells for right now. So setting up this one, we're gonna take that foam roller and we're gonna take it right to the top of the thigh bone. So as you come down onto the floor, walk yourself out and it's gonna come right below our pelvis and right to the top of our thighs. We're gonna reach our legs so far back behind us that our thigh bones start to hover up off of the floor. Now from here, forearms are down, all 10 fingers heavy with the floor. We're gonna inhale it up into a little push-up. And then exhale, melt your elbows down. The body is reaching so long, the back is so nice and strong that we're gonna get this little swan dive, sort of like we do in the studio if you've ever done swan dive on the chair. And if you haven't had that privilege, well, take my word for it. It's a good one. We exhale to lower, inhale to rise, really feeling that activation through the back line of the arms. The legs are reaching so far away from us that we're getting that little hinging action. Last 3. Good. Last 2. On this next one, we're gonna hold it low in our push-up, so melt your elbows to the floor, hold it here, and we're gonna crisscross those legs back and forth. And if you can, we're gonna add a little lift and a little lower. Good, little lift and a little lower. For 3, good, for 2, and last one, rolling off of our foam roller. We're gonna turn it 90 degrees. We're gonna lay down flat on our backs and we're gonna grab our dumbbells. And this is where we're gonna focus on really finding some restorative posture work. So if your foam roller is too short for you, I'd like you to grab a pillow. You can place it underneath your head so that your head is supported and you have support from your tailbone all the way to crown of head. I'm gonna take those dumbbells in either hand. Feet are gonna stay planted on the floor to start with. Arms reach up overhead. Now, working from the mid-back, I'm gonna wrap my shoulder blades around the ribs as I reach my dumbbells up to the sky, keeping my arms long. I'm gonna imagine those shoulder blades kind of giving the foam roller a little bit of a hug. Inhale to reach it away. Exhale to bring it back down. Good, and I can really feel my shoulder blades wrapping around the shoulders, hugging that foam roller. This looks really simple, but it's really great for resetting our posture and really getting our shoulder blades mobile. Hold it right here. Now, we're gonna take those arms down to our sides. We're gonna float our right leg up into tabletop using those deep inner thighs. Take that right arm up to the sky with or without the dumbbell. And we're gonna inhale, reach that leg back down to the floor. Circle that arm down and around. Now the right arm will stay down as the right leg comes up. And like I say, you have the option to add that dumbbell if you would like the added effort. Ooh. The lighter your touch on the floor as you do this, the more challenging this balance challenge will be. Good, one more on each side. There's that wobble. Beautiful. Taking those arms now into a little field goal position so that they are parallel to the floor. We're gonna think about lifting those fingertips, gliding just parallel to the floor and bringing it back down. Now melt your heart heavier into that foam roller. Try not to let the ribs flare and that low back peel off of that foam roller. All 10 toes are planted on the floor. We're here for 3. Good, we're here for 2. And last one. Gently place your weights down on the floor, and we're gonna very, very gently roll off of our foam roller. Take it off to the side beside you. And we're gonna finish with a little butterfly stretch. So the soles of the feet are gonna come together. If it's accessible to you to place those feet down on the floor, we'll take the arms up into a little field goal position. Open up that heart center towards the ceiling. And give it a minute here. I want you to think about letting go of those glutes. Your booty is probably grabbing on like crazy, and you can tell it, it's okay, it's time to relax. Give it up a little bit. Finishing nice and strong with a little happy baby. We'll take the soles of the feet up to the sky, rock side to side, flexing those heels, and imagining you're trying to draw your knees wide around your ribs. And as you come all the way back up to a seated position, you should feel open and fabulous. And thanks for working out with me today.